What up, Talkin Fight fans? Thanks for tuning into today's episode of Knuckle Up, featuring myself, Mike Orr, and my man Cedric Benn in the den, doing what we do best: prospects from around the world. And we got a good one for you today. Jamaine Ortiz. Yes, Jamaine Ortiz. We're talking about this kid, man. 16-0 with 8 knockouts, 26 years old. This 5'8" with a 69-inch reach is ranked 5th out of 297 in the United States, 12 out of 2173 in the world. And in the light division, guys, you are going to remember him coming off that 10-round unanimous decision off of Jamal Herring to capture the IBF, USBA Light, and the North American Boxing Federation Light Championships. Cedric, I know you know about this kid. I know you've been watching his highlight reels for sure. Let's talk about him.
I'm just getting to visit his that tough fight that he had with former champion Jamal Herring, boxer himself, you know, so that was nice to see to gauge where you are when you fight like that. Good southpaw. I like the way he boxes. I think what with Jamal Herring, he had a slow start on late on the victory, but as far as his technique, it's always different when you saw versus a southpaw.
Right.
With that being said, switch it up sometimes when it's actually pretty good. Awesome. Switch it up right now as Mary. But again, very good boxer. Nobody that stands out about him. He does everything like technically. So that's what that you're against Jamal Herring. You know,
right? Definitely. Honestly, you know, Ortiz rose through the amateurs.
More things, especially with only 8. So he's only a 15 foot knock.
Yeah,
15. So he relies more on his box to get him to victory, which is going to do that. You got to make sure that you win the early, just especially if you like leaders that is going to go to the judges, collect as many, so you really can't, you know.
Honestly though, success in the amateur boxing doesn't necessarily ensure a great professional career, to be honest. You know, some fighters are much more suited to be better pros than amateurs, and most often the power punchers. But it's usually unclear early on in the fight. Like it's usually clear early on in the fighter, especially skilled or not. You know, you can see this. Undefeated lightweight prospect Jamaine, the technician Ortiz, fights out of Worcester, displayed tremendous gifts in the amateurs against some of today's most talented boxers. Yeah,
it's Worcester. He said,
"Yeah, it's Worcester." Yeah, I know Worcester. I corrected myself if you couldn't hear me. But yes, back in 2012, for example, when he was 14, 106-pound Ortiz defeated the hottest pro prospect in the world today, which is Edgar Berlanga. And, you know, at the Junior Olympic National Championships held in Lake Placid, New York, Ortiz went on to win 100 out of 114 amateur matches. Berlanga finished with a 162 out of 17 record. And all 16 of the later's pro fights ended in the opening round. So, you know, Ortiz never dreamed that Berlanga would become, this super middleweight monster that he is today. It's just one of those things that happens. Another Brooklyn-born fighter, unified world lightweight champion, Teofimo Lopez, he ended up fighting him as well in the amateurs. Didn't win in the Ortiz in the amateurs. He won a 2-1 decision against Abraham Nova, the former NABF super featherweight champion in the pro ranks, to be crowned New England Golden Gloves champion, man. So this kid has faced some serious competition, man, but early on in his career, like as an amateur, against Feliciano, Ortiz won 3-0. He fought Hitchens to 2-1 in the Olympic qualifier. So the kid is no slouch when it comes to having boxing skills. It's great to see this kid back, like doing what he does best. And honestly, coming off that big win over Jamal Herring, that upset win over Jamal Herring, nobody expected that, man, to happen. Guys, if you remember, former Olympian and world champion Jamal Herring on ESPN, Jamaine Ortiz, who is now ranked number 9 in the WBC among lightweights, the highest ranking of his career, positioned himself for a major opportunity to showcase his talent on the right platform in 2022. Ortiz, he's now 16-0-1 with 8 knockouts, is promoted by Jimmy Birchfield CES Boxing with his decisive win over Jamal Herring on May 21st in Nevada. This right-hander has captivated boxing audiences with his diverse skill set, and he's humble and soft-spoken and outside of the ring. Ortiz rose through the amateur rank of 114, 114. This is huge, man. And now it's a great time to compete at 135. The lightweight division has enjoyed over the recent years, man, stars like Gervonta Davis, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos Jr., and among others, ushering in a new era of under 30 lightweights competing in the sport, man. And he is one of them. He is now ranked number 9. He's just broke into that spot. So definitely be on the watch for this kid, man. Definitely. That big upset win over Jamal Herring has now solidified this kid's position to start fighting for those bigger belts, man, and that bigger competition up in that weight division, man, because it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
Anything?
Yeah. He talked about his versatile skill set. And, sometimes he can down on his punches. He's very good. When Jamal Herring was trying, Jamaine was a good job of using left away from him and get back where he would have more room around. And he does stance his southpaw up to orthodox. He'll only do it for about 20 seconds at a time. He is effective to not make that he's weak and come out. And he definitely is versatile. Of course, when it gets their defense. But yeah, his next scheduled fight.
He's not scheduled yet, man. Not yet. We will let everybody know. But he's got to pick the right matches at this point, man. He's on that new stepping stone. He's up in that upper class. He's now broken into the top 10. So now he has to pick his fights smart, man. If you look at where he is sitting in his position right now, he's number 5 position at the 297 in the United States, right? So that puts him just behind Joseph Diaz, Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, and Gervonta Davis. But coming up on his tail, you've got Roland Romero, Giovanni Cabrera, and Jose Valenzuela, and Andreas Cortez. So he's got some people on his toes, but he's got some great stuff in the future, man, in the States. But if you go pound for pound, where he's sitting number 12 in the world, we've got some great competition coming up behind him, man. Nakatani, Cabrera, Hughes, Nunez. In front of him, you've got Cruz, Daniel Lemos, Diaz, Lomachenko, Lopez, Kambosos Jr. So he's got to pick the right fight.
135. Yeah,
this is at 135. So it's a very deep. It's deep rooted with talent, man. The 135s, we know this, and this kid, he's coming up. Not a lot of people know who he is, and look, he's already upset Jamal Herring in his last outing. Before that, he took on I believe it was what's his name? Albright. He fought Albright. That was back in February, I believe it was. And then before that, he fought Joseph Adorno. So, his last 3 fights, Adorno was no slouch either, who was 14-0-1 going into that fight. And he took that one by majority decision. Then he takes on Albright for a unanimous decision over 10 rounds for the North American Boxing Federation light vacant title. And then He comes in there 135, takes on Jamal Herring, wins the IBF, USBA, and the North American Boxing Federation light. So, in a unanimous round. So it was just, it was meant to be. This kid, man, he's coming in there. Nobody really knows him. He's coming under the radar. Just time to watch out for this kid because he's going to make some big moves. He's in position now to fight for, rank, and he's going to move up this rank quick. Sorry, what would you say?
How old is he?
Oh, he's young, brother. This kid, he's only 26 years old. Only 26. So
okay.
He's got lots of life left in him. You know what I'm saying? This is just this is just entering getting your old man strength. He's just entering that stage.
I was just
right?
say
what you finally find out your true power, man. That's what's happening. So guys, be on the kid to make some big noise, man. This guy's gonna make big noise. And you heard it here from Mike Orr at 4, and my man Cedric Benn in the den doing what we do best, man, and that's prospects. Yeah, man. Next week, we got a great week coming up for everybody this week, but next week, be patient, guys. It's going to happen. We are doing Peach Boxing Week from New Zealand. We are doing their head trainer, man, Isaac Peach. We're going to have a few of his stablemates in here, man. I'm not going to tell you who yet exactly. I've already confirmed it. We're going to set it all up, and we're going to put it out there for you guys to see. It's going to be a great week of interviews. 5 days, 5 interviews on the channel. You know what it is, man. But for next time, we'll see you tomorrow. Mike Orr at 4, Cedric Benn in the den, doing what we do best. Prospects. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same channel. Knuckle up.